We are ghosts, and we do not exist.
Hi everybody, it's Fraboy Master back from Teenagemutantninjascrubs, and as some of you may know, PvP for Ghost Recon Wildlands recently dropped in the open beta that I did report on, and a lot of people have been enjoying it, but personally from my own experience, I found that it quite difficult to get into some games on the European servers, and I think simply because interest in the game has dropped off so much in certain areas, certain regions, that it might not be quite as large a success as the developers would have been hoping for. Now, as we do know, PvP in Ghost Recon Wildlands is basically almost an afterthought. It was put together as a request for the gamers who actually asked for the game mode itself. Now, I do know Ghost Recon Wildlands in the US has a kind of a bigger following, and that's fairly understandable. But the one thing that the main game was missing was a PvP element that they did state wasn't going to come until obviously there was a bit of an uproar and enough people made enough noise in order to get the developers to change that decision and be working on Ghost Recon Wildlands PvP mode. And now what they've came up with is 3 maps at the moment with 4v4 and different classes to play as and specialise in whilst you play the PvP mode. Now, recently one of my subscribers, Peter Shar, actually commented on a previous video saying, you know, what if Ghost Recon Wildlands had a Battle Royale mode? You know, what if when you were playing the game and you made kills, you got skill points that you could spend in your skill tree, make you more adaptable, make you more capable, and moving towards that number 1 spot, moving towards that extraction zone, for instance, in the game, and making you more powerful and giving you an incentive to meet up and fight other players in order to get those skill points. And I've kind of been mulling on the idea of doing a video on this for, since he actually dropped that comment, which was probably about a week or 2 ago now. And it's, the ideas that I've kind of come up with are that the base game itself has 21 separate areas that are all different and unique from each and every other one. We've got some areas that are covered in snow, they've got hills, they've got valleys, we've got other areas that are deserts, we've got swamps, we've got jungles, we've got populated areas with buildings that are, you know, basically towns, we've got villages, we've got farmland, we've got salt flat, you know, we've got the salt flats. There's a massive variation of areas in the original Ghost Recon Wildlands game that I thought, yeah, that's actually an awesome idea. That's probably one of the best ideas I think I've actually heard coming out for Ghost Recon Wildlands. Having a Battle Royale mode in one of these maps, having an extraction zone to get to, fighting other players, getting those skill points, unlocking your own attributes, and basically making yourself stronger as you progress through the Battle Royale mode would be amazing. Excuse me. Now, I've actually just recently been playing Fortnite's Battle Royale mode as well, and it is absolutely stonkingly good. It's exceptionally good. They've just recently added squads into it as well, and I can say that it is an absolute blast to play. Whether you get killed in the first few minutes or whether you make it down to the last 10 or whatever, it's just simply a really good mode. And this Battle Royale mode is something that a lot of console players have been screaming out for, because on console we don't have that much choice when it comes to Battle Royale modes. The Ghost Recon Wildlands itself has got it already. It's got it all set up and ready to go as far as I could tell. Technically, I don't know how many players you could get into one area. For instance, I don't know if you could get 100 players dropped in one map, for instance. Maybe it could be 25, maybe it would be 50, I don't know. But the maps themselves, the diversity of the maps, the areas that we have within the actual main base game, forgetting about the PvP maps that we've got at the moment, they're fairly small in comparison to some of the areas we actually have in the main game. And as I said, it was making me think, Peter Sharp put that comment in, got me thinking, and yeah, why not have Battle Royale in Ghost Recon Wildlands? Why not develop it from the base game so that you have access to all these maps that we have in the main game, and have everybody gravitate towards one area, one extraction point, and make a battle royale mode that will beat everything hands down. The weapons in the game are great, the bullet drop physics in the game are great, the landscapes, the biomes that we have access to in the game are absolutely brilliant. There's nothing holding this game back except it didn't have a PvP in the game to start with, and that was that was underlyingly one of its main issues for a lot of people. A lot of people didn't like the game essentially because it didn't feel like the traditional kind of Ghost Recon type of game. It didn't traditionally feel like previous Ghost Recon games, and a lot of people didn't gravitate towards that. Didn't like it for whatever reason. But in order to bring the game back from the dead, so to speak, I thought Peter Sharp, I think he hit on a really, really good idea, and I do think it's something that Ubisoft should consider developing. You've got the base game there, loads of people sold it, loads of people have got it gathering dust, but you've got a base game there that has 21 areas. Even if all those 21 areas can't be used, I'm absolutely certain, from memory and remembering the map, you've probably got about 17 or 18 areas that are fairly square, are fairly circular in comparison as maps go. I think a couple of them are a bit stretched over areas, like Florida Oro is a kind of long stretched piece of environment, but most of the areas in itself are capable maps for supporting a battle royale mode, and I think it's something that Ubisoft should consider developing in order to raise the profile of the game and keep the game alive as it is. As I said, in Europe I had much difficulty in finally joining a game and getting into the PvP mode itself, but the PvP mode in Ghost Recon Wildlands is awesome. It is exceptionally good. There's a lot of tension there. There's a lot of hiding and seeking. It is really, really good fun. The guns still feel great. The bullets drop still there. It does feel really, really good. But I think the missed opportunity is not actually developing a battle royale mode for the game itself. And I'm just hoping that Ubisoft maybe actually see this video, maybe consider it, and maybe actually start developing it, as I think it's a missed opportunity for the Ghost Recon Wildlands franchise to probably be one of the greater games, or one of the best games it can be when comparison to other games that don't have battle royale modes in them. Again, as I said, it's got a ton of maps, it's got vehicles, it's got a ton of weapons, it's got areas where you can have weapons spawned in for people to pick up. You've got skill points, you've got skill attributes. There's a way to make this actually really, really work in a meaningful sense for every game. And obviously, as I said earlier on, the environments themselves are particularly unique within a kind of game world, so to speak. They're very reminiscent of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, where you've got hills, you've got valleys, you've got built up areas, you've got industrial areas. Well, Ghost Recon Wildlands pretty much is the same thing as well. You've got military bases, you've got towns, you've got villages, you've got large expansions of desert, you've got swamplands, jungles, hills, mountains, airports. There's a hell of a lot in the game that could be utilised within a battle royale mode that would probably make it one of the best games in its genre for battle royale games. And just hoping and praying that Ubisoft have considered developing that, and maybe come out with a statement telling us if it's possible, if it's not possible. But having a battle royale mode in Ghost Recon Wildlands would probably make it one of the best games for that genre that we'll probably ever see. The game itself for me is quite accomplished. It had a good story, good environments, but what let it down is for a lot of people is that it didn't feel traditionally like a Ghost Recon game, and that's why they shelved it. They didn't like the type of open world game that it was. For me, I liked it. Other people didn't, and that's okay. We're all allowed our own opinions. But quite simply, I think a missed opportunity here is, telling us, yeah, we're bringing out PvP, but it's only going to be on 3 small maps, and it's only going to be 4v4. Yeah, missed opportunity much. Make this game Battle Royale, and it will be the king of Battle Royale games, I kid you not. Please Ubisoft, Battle Royale. Peter Shah suggested it in an earlier video of mine, and I've been mulling over the concept, mulling over the idea, and thinking, yeah, that could be amazing. That could be an amazing gaming experience. The maps are there, the guns are there, the physics are there. The environments are there, the diversity in the game is already there. It's already in the base game, so why not expand on it? Make a battle royale, fling a bunch of people into a map and basically see what happens. I think it's a massively missed opportunity. For instance, you could, be fighting an agent you could be fighting another ghost. And if that ghost's already upgraded skills, then you get his skill points as well as your own new fresh ones for getting the kill as well. And, allow progression of your own skill tier in order to become more powerful, more adaptable, harder to kill as you move through the ranks within the Battle Royale mode itself. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I can really add much more to it. I would take out flying vehicles from the game itself if there was a Battle Royale mode. I would have bikes in there, I would have vehicles in there, cars, etc. But I would take out the flying vehicles and the tanks and stuff like that. But, quite simply, the environment's there, the game mode's already conceived, it's already been brought to consoles by other games. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is coming to console pretty soon. Fortnite has brought out a Battle Royale mode as well, where 100 people match up in a map and fight it out, and it is absolutely stonking. It's one of the best experiences I've had in a game recently, and I do honestly think that Ubisoft have missed out on a trick here, to be quite honest with you. Just imagine Battle Royale in any one of those 18 or 19 maps that could support, 50 to 100 players. The mountainous regions, the deserts, the salt flats. The game could be so good, so varied every time you play it. They've done all the hard work. It's really just a matter of, can they get the coding together in order to get 100 people on a map, 50 people on a map, and have them fight out to, going towards, an ever-changing extraction point. It would be my idea. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm praying to God that somebody for Ubisoft sees this, thinks about it, and brings it to the board and says, look, can we actually do this? Is this a possibility? It might actually save Ghost Recon Wildlands from being dead in the water. In Europe, it's not as big a hit as it is in across the pond, for instance. As I said, I had major problems getting matchmaking happening in the main game, in the PvP mode that was recently a free-to-play beta for everybody, and basically nobody was playing it. I think at one point I've got recorded footage that shows 167 people maximum were on the European server at the time I was playing, and I was playing a day or two mid-late afternoon, when you would have expected quite a number of people to be on and playing the game. Now, I do know you could change servers and so on and so forth in order to try and get higher player numbers, but the point for me was, if the interest isn't in the PvP mode when it's free to try out, it's definitely not going to be there when it's free to play for players who own the main game. And also, adversely, it does appear that I think Ubisoft have recently announced that they're actually going to be selling Ghost War as a standalone pack, so to speak. So people who want just the PvP mode can actually buy that and only play the PvP mode. But again, you know, forget the standalone PvP mode. Utilise the game world maps that you've already got, and you know, make one of the greatest battle royale games that could ever be conceived. You've got 21 fully developed areas. I think about 18 or 19 of them could support battle royale modes as such. And I think, Ubisoft, please have a look at this and make a statement and let us know if it's something that's been considered or not. I think it could be one of the greatest battle royale games of all time, honestly. It would be utterly amazing. It would bring people back to the game. It would resell the base game, because that's the disc that all the maps are on. Yeah, I think it's something that should be considered, and it should be considered real soon. And that's pretty much it. Thanks very much, Peter, for dropping that idea. I have developed it a little bit more in my head, but the base idea was, you know, for Peter Shar, he did say in a comment, yeah, what about Battle Royale and Ghost Recon Wildlands? Well, why not? And that's it, guys. If you like the video, if you like my thoughts, if you like what I'm saying, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. That guy was right there, and I don't know if... Shit, I've got a drone overhead. Do you know what, let's get a drone on them. That's what we'll do. Oh, there's a guy there, see him. Marked. You is marked, son. There's another guy. Somebody else was just shooting my drone at the sky there. See this wee round here is actually getting quite good. I hate to say it, because I was dissing it a minute ago.
I see you've obviously got people who actually want to play, you know what I mean? It always makes a difference.
Yep.
Oh, why are you not firing, you stupid gun?
There's a wee bit of kind of back to and fro as well here with the enemies. Can I see this guy? I know where you are, I see you. I'm the only one.
Delta Rara, that's why it's crashed.
Was that a guy I just saw there? Man, he's right there and all.
Impressed.
Enemy drone. Do. Yeah, they should do it. Let's run for it. Oh, really? I'm stuck on something? Yeah, I get totally stuck on something there. I got stuck on a bush. It wouldn't let me move forward. If I'd have been able to get to where that house, I might have been fine and got my team up. And I was aiming to get one guy. It was only 85 metres away, and he was in cover of building, so that was a bit unfortunato. Right, I'm going to need to call it there, mate. I'm going to go and get my dinner.
Yeah, no worries, dude. Catch you.
We are ghosts, and we do not exist.